Two Chairs No Waiting, episode number 355, Cyber Shopping at Weaver's. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you each week by the fine folks over at Weaver's Department Store. Drop by weaversdepartmentstore.com and check out some of the amazing Mayberry things they have over there. All kinds of stuff that you would like, that you should make yours. And we're going to be talking about that tonight, so I'm not going to go into it here, but head over to weaversdepartmentstore.com and check it out. It's holiday time. Christmas time. Head over there. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners just like you. The executive producer of Two Chairs No Waiting, number 355, is Ben Weaver. It's Ben Weaver. Hello, everybody. I'm Alan Newsom, your host for Two Chairs No Waiting, and it is great to have you here with me in Mayberry. I always enjoy getting to spend some time, in Mayberry every week with you guys, and I appreciate it. We have about, 600, 700 people that listen to the podcast every week. So you're a member of a fairly large group, but we need to get that word out, get more people involved. Because we got watchers, we've got listeners, we've got people that donate to the show, we've got people who just enjoy watching the show. So you can help donate to the show by just telling people about it. So about 2 years ago, I did an episode similar to this. It was, I forgot what it was called. It was called Black Friday in Mayberry, I believe. And it was 2 years ago, December 10th, 2013, I believe, is when it came out. But it was all about Weavers. And, every week I'm looking around here at all my Mayberry stuff. If you watch the video, you can see all this stuff I have behind me that's Andy Griffith Show related items and stuff I've gotten over the years. And I'm always looking at those, and I realize, that every week I talk about Weavers, and so many people that are out there listening. There's a lot of you guys that listen to this that don't realize that weaversdepartmentstore.com is a real store. It really is a store. It's not just something I make up. Now, I need to tell you that in the last year, starting in about March, my wife and I took over running the place. So Weaver's Department Store is now run out of the back room that's right behind me. It's actually the front room of the house, but it's back behind me, whereas Weaver's runs from. So all these Mayberry things I'm going to be talking about come from right in there. And I think you would enjoy it because, I know how much I enjoy all my Mayberry stuff here that's in my room with me. I've got a barber pole I talked about last week. That's first on my mind because I'm thinking about it and I can see it behind me. I got my Mayberry Letterman's jacket. I've got thermometers. I've got signs. I've got Mayberry houses. I have all kinds of stuff. Well, that's been collected over the last, 25, 26 years. I've collected all these things, and they're not easy to come by because there's not that many licensed products out there for the Andy Griffith Show. So I want to encourage you that if you have an opportunity to get something, you need to get it pretty quick because things tend to go out of sale. They don't have them anymore. So if you don't have them, you won't ever get them because once they're gone, a lot of times they're gone and you can't get one. So we're going to talk about Weaver's Department Store this week because it's getting close to Christmas and there's a lot of Christmas shopping going on. And I wanted to make sure you guys know about some of these things. You can give so much joy to people by sharing some of the Mayberry spirit, I believe. And, I know I enjoy wearing my Mayberry t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. I enjoy wearing them because I've got Barney or Andy or Opie or Gomer or some other scene from the Andy Griffith Show right there on my front of my shirt. And when people walk by me, they'll see that and they'll start laughing and joking and having fun. And, I know that they enjoy it. As a matter of fact, we had a caller, Jerry from over in Coleman. He called in this week talking about just such a thing because I asked last week about some Mayberry stories that you might have. So let's hear from Jerry.
Hi, this is Jerry from Coleman. I got a little Mayberry story. I had two kids at the University of Alabama, and I'd been down to visit them, and on my way back, I stopped for gas at a service station between Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. And as I was pumping, I looked over, a couple of pumps over, and the fellow was looking at me, and he said, I had on a Mayberry T-shirt. He says, "Hey to Gomer." And I said, "Best of luck to you and yours." And I thought it was a small world. Most Mayberry fans seem to be real nice. I enjoy your show.
Hey, thank you, Jerry. Thanks for calling in. Those Mayberry stories like that, that's kind of like the story I told last week's podcast about the birthday party I had and the folks that came and everything. That's the same kind of thing I'm talking about. Wearing T-shirts that are about the Andy Griffith Show, and just it'll start a conversation. You'll see people. It'll bring a smile to their face. And, that's something I think we need to try to do. Now, going back to Weavers, you can get all kinds of stuff like that over at Weavers. There's a Floyd's Barbershop T-shirt that, I happen to like. And there's several versions of it. There's a sweatshirt version. There's a version with the a ringer is what it's called. It's a gray T-shirt, but it's got a blue collar and blue tips on the sleeves. So it's a little bit more fancy than just a plain T-shirt. But that's just a Floyd's Barbershop T-shirt. They have all kinds of T-shirts and stuff over at Weavers, and not just T-shirts. They've got sweatshirts, and a brand new sweatshirt that just came in this week, actually. It's called Wishing I Was Fishing, and we've had a T-shirt like that for quite a while, but we have a sweatshirt right now. Now, we don't have very many over at Weavers, and so you have to go check it out. I mean, there's only a few. We only have 3 extra larges and 2 larges and 2 double extra larges, but we're just trying it out and see if folks would like it. I like it. I like sweatshirts, so I have one. But there's all kinds of stuff like that you can get out. You can get it over there, and you can show your spirit. You can show the Mayberry spirit to people, or you can give it to somebody and just bring a smile to their face, because it's hard to imagine getting something like that for Christmas or for a gift. It doesn't have to be Christmas, and not smiling and enjoying yourself. There's all kinds of things you need to head over to Weaver's Department Store and check out. Now, there's one other that I definitely want to mention. That's a brand new book that I know you're going to enjoy. And I'm reaching over here to get it. It's called Mayberry Trivia. Wow. We have Mayberry Trivia here on the podcast every so often. Well, this book has 1,500 questions about a TV classic, the Andy Griffith Show. And you can get that over at Weavers as well. Now, Scott Hopkins is the one that wrote it. Now, Scott, you may not know about Scott, but Scott was the guy who did Mayberry Mania. He's done several of the trivia games for the Andy Griffith Show. And he's been, some of those games have gone out of print. You can't buy them anymore. Well, Scott and I were talking back during the summer, or was it spring? I guess during the spring. And he mentioned that, he'd like to get something going like that. And I said, hey, Scott, a lot of people, they read they get the trivia game and they never actually play the trivia game. They get it and they take the little box full of trivia questions and they just sit down and they start reading through them and asking, okay, here's question 1, blah, 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 and going back and forth with somebody sitting in the room. Not actually playing the game, but just having fun asking trivia about the Andy Griffith Show. I said, what if you wrote a book and just had it full of trivia questions? So that's what he ended up doing. And the cool thing is, he actually gave, let me see here, where's that? He actually said in the acknowledgments, it actually says, I'd like to thank the following persons for their help in giving birth to this book. Tom Perry, Alan Newsom, David Browning, Marcus Kimbrough, Denny McCowan, I'm sure I said that wrong, Paul Mulick, Jim Clark, Jeff Kuntz, Peggy Gray, and Haley Hopkins. So I'm in the book. So if you order it from Weavers and you ask for it, I'll sign it. I'd sign the book for you. No, but there's 1,500 questions in here, and you can make a game out of it. There's multiple choice, true and false, and general questions. So for true and false questions, you can get 1 point. For multiple choice, you can get 2 points, or for just general plain old questions, you get 3 points. So you can make a game out of it and play with your friends if you want to, or you just sit around and ask each other questions. Great book, brand new. It just came out a couple of weeks ago, so definitely head over to Weavers and get you one, because that's the one that's going fast. We've sold several of those already, and I think they'll go quick. Great book, Scott. Great job. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for mentioning me in the acknowledgments. Very nice of you, and I appreciate it. Because all I did was say, hey, it would be a cool book. It'd be cool. That'd be a good thing to do. I can't believe he came up. He had 1,500 trivia questions he put together. I did ask him if he could give me 10 more questions, 10 questions he maybe didn't put into the book that I could use here on the podcast to kind of have as an example. And he said basically, if I had 10 more questions, they'd have been in the book. So there'd be 1,510 questions about it. So, and, I go, well, yeah, that's true. 1,500 questions, that's hard to come up with. So great job, Scott. Again, head over to weaversdepartmentstore.com and pick up a copy of that book. Great book. And, of course, I say it every week, but this is one that you do not want to miss. You need to go and get the 2016 wall calendar about the Andy Griffith Show. Definitely a great thing to have. I've been getting these every year for the last, several years. They've been making these and putting them out. They're great. They have pictures on the inside, great big pictures. You can hang it up on your wall. And, I always have one at work hanging up there. And every year they've got slightly different pictures in there. There's one of Opie in here that I had not seen on one before. This is looks like when the bully was going to get him, maybe. But it's there, Shelton. Let's see. Yeah, there's all kinds of pictures. You can see them all on the back of the calendar. It's a 16-month calendar, so if you'd have gotten it early, you could have still used it the first part of the year. But I got to carry that one to work that I have in my hands right here, so that I can keep up with what's going on this year. All right, another cool book that's out is it's called A Cuban in Mayberry. Whoa, it's looking funny on the video screen here, but it's called A Cuban in Mayberry, and it's a great book. If you really enjoy reading books and you want to read something that's interesting, a good story, you would enjoy this book, Cuban in Mayberry, looking back to America's favorite hometown is the name of the book. It's a really nice hardcover book. It'd be a great gift to give somebody because it's just a nice looking book. So you can go and check that out over at Weavers as well. All kinds of stuff over there for Christmas shopping. So I want to encourage you again, head over to Weavers Department Store and check things out. There's so many things available. I'm not even going to try to mention them all. Oh, I will mention one more that's a new thing. It's fairly new at Weavers. It's called Mayberry Postmarks. And it's by artist Mike Johnson. And it's 10 different cards and with envelopes that come with them so that you can send thank you notes or something like that using cards. And each card, 10 different cards, they all have different design on them that's Mayberry-esque. They have the courthouse, the barber shop is one of them, the diner. They have Barney's sidecar is in one. Looks like a picture of Andy's guitar sitting on the front porch in one of the wicker chairs. Got the squad car scene from down at Myers Lake. And just there's 10 separate things on there. So I think you'd really enjoy it. You need to head over there and check those out as well. And they don't cost much. Those are like $10, $1 a card to send to people that are all from Andy Griffith Show. Cool stuff. So, folks, again, I want to you head over there. There's stuff for your car. If you have something that you want to put on your car, like a car tag. There's like I'd rather be watching the Andy Griffith Show thing that goes around your car tag. I have no idea what that's called. Looks like I would know that, doesn't it? There's all kinds of stuff like that, and you really need to go. It's called a license plate holder, as I look it up and see what it's called. They have I'd rather be fishing. And they also have I'd rather be watching the Andy Griffith Show license plate holder. So those are cool to have. And of course, we do have goober beanies. So you need to go get you a goober beanie if you don't have one, because I've got mine on right now. I'm wearing my goober beanie. So hopefully that'll be my picture on the YouTube picture that I have my goober beanie on. So you need to get you a goober beanie. They're a lot of fun. You can wear them around. And if you have a squad car, you got to have a goober beanie. I think it's a requirement. If you have a Mayberry squad car, or if you ever work on a Mayberry squad car, for sure, you need a goober beanie to wear while you're working on it at a minimum. Keeps the grease out of your hair. It's functional and attractive at the same time. All right, folks, I have another voicemail for us. I want to listen to this. This is from Tom, so let's hear what he has to say.
Alan, this is Tom from the Penny Pension Barney chapter in Lincoln, Illinois, and I'm very excited about this whole thing with the two-color episodes. I like the black and white better than the color, but I do enjoy them both, and so I'm so excited about CBS is doing it. And I'm taking all your episodes starting from 1 all the way up to now, and I'm cataloging those in a 3x5 cards so I know what's on them. And because I lost a piece of paper that I wrote all that stuff on, so I'm starting all over again. And I kind of had to go way ahead and get all your the new episodes also, and that's where I've heard about the pickles. So anyway, hey hey by the way, when you see Goober, say Tom says hey. Bye.
Hey, Tom, I will. I'll definitely tell him. He said, hey, and I'll wear my goober beanie while I do it if I can do that. So, wow, you're going to document everything on all the past episodes of the podcast on note cards. That is absolutely amazing. Wow, I need to get you to document all that stuff in a wiki or something where we could actually search it and find it online. That would be absolutely awesome. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work because there's 355 episodes. It would take a while. So, Tom, wow, that's a big undertaking. Thank you for doing it. That really is impressive that you would do that. You can always go to the podcast website and search, and you'll be able to find things. If it's in the show notes, then you would be able to find it. But wow, that's going to take a lot. I'm honored that you take the time to do that. I'm glad you enjoy the podcast, and thanks for listening and watching. So thank you. So folks, hey, there is so much going on around Mayberry this time of year. I want to remind you, if you don't remember, there's stuff going on at the barbershop calendar. If you head over to the imayberry.com website, if you go there and then go to the event calendar is where you would go. So if you go to imayberry.com and then in the kind of the right corner, you'll see it says event calendar, or right at the very top it says calendar. If you click either one of those, it'll take you to what says the e-bullet, but it's actually the Mayberry event calendar portion of the e-bullet. And there's all kinds of things going on this Christmas season. And one of them is Maggie Peterson and Rodney Dillard, along with David Browning, are doing their Mayberry Christmas shows. Now, they're doing one in Long Branch Church in Autryville, North Carolina. That's on the 12th of December. And then on the 16th of December, they're going to be doing a show at Foundation Life Church in Johnson City, Tennessee. Same thing, Mayberry Christmas. Then we're going to skip ahead here. The 18th, they're going to be doing the show, the Mayberry Christmas show. Again, it's Rodney Dillard and Maggie Peterson and the Mayberry Deputy. Will be at Elizabethton, Kentucky at the Historic State Theater. And they'll be doing their show there. And then on the 19th, I'm going to actually be able to go to this one. It looks like that's my son's birthday. He'll be turning 19 on the 19th, but he has given me permission to go to this event because, he wants to play video games and won't know I'm not here anyway. But this is going to be the Mayberry Christmas show, again, with David Browning and Maggie and Rodney are all going to be there. It's going to be in Mount Juliet, Tennessee at Victory Baptist Church. So I'm going to be at that one. So if you're at that event, please make sure you come up and say hi to me because I'll be there. I'm just going to be watching, not planning on this is going to be entertainment for me. I'll be able to actually watch a show. I haven't seen Rodney and Maggie and David put on a show in years, so this will be a lot of fun. So, all right, folks, that is just some of the things going on. And don't forget, Betty Lynn, if you're going to be in Mount Airy, North Carolina on the 18th of December, she'll be having her last autograph session for this year, for 2015, on the 18th of December at the Andy Griffith Museum from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Folks, the Weavers newsletter is going to be coming out in the next day or so here, probably tonight, actually. So I definitely want to encourage you, if you don't subscribe to it, subscribe to it. Oh, I should have told you, the calendars, if you buy 2, you get a free one for the whole month of December. So you get 3, buy 2, get 1 free. So head over and get you 2 calendars and get one free. But all that information is in the Weavers newsletter, Weavers Department Store newsletter, and you can go check it out. If you get the bullet, this is a sister publication to some degree of the e-bullet. So a lot of the information that's in this will also be in the e-bullet, but they kind of update themselves because one comes out in 1 month and then the next month the other comes out. So there's stuff often or always in one that's not in the other one yet. So to stay completely up to date, you need to get them both. So head over to Weavers Department Store, and at the top of the page, you'll be able to sign up for the Weavers newsletter. There's a link right there at the top of weaversdepartmentstore.com. All right, folks. Well, hey, that's all I've got for you. And I realize this was all a big commercial tonight, but I hope you understand that it's really about the Andy Griffith Show. And it's about showing your Mayberry spirit, plus just bringing some smiles to people. If you give them some of these gifts that we have, that Weavers Department Store, we got property of the Mayberry Athletic Department T-shirts, and Barney wore those. Pickups and splashes from floor and pool. That would have been Barney. Barney's No Jerk T-shirt. I love that T-shirt, by the way. I just love the way it looks. Great T-shirt. Definitely would encourage you to head over there and check that one out. And there's Words of Wisdom, all kinds of different things there. So head over to Weavers Department Store and check it out. There's a few special items over there. If you're looking for something special that people don't have, I'll tell you one of the things that I do believe would be a good gift. There are CDs by Maggie Peterson. Maggie Peterson has a set of CDs. Let me find that one, where she has taken the music from the Andy Griffith Show. It's called Songs That Make Me Cry by Maggie Peterson. And now there's only, I think, 3 songs in there. Let's see. Yeah, Salty Dog, Shady Grove, and There Is a Time. They're all on there. But this is Songs That Make Me Cry, and they're autographed by Maggie. So if you have a fan that's somebody that's a big fan and doesn't have or has everything, this is one that they might not have. It's been out for a while, but a lot of people don't have them. And it's only $12, and you get the 3 songs and an autograph by Charlene herself. So that's a really good gift, I think. All right. So, hey, that's some little hints for you guys of things you might want to pick up for some of the Mayberry fans in your life. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you had fun, at least reminiscing or just thinking about some of these items. A lot of you have these things, but if you don't, or even if you do, maybe you got somebody that has seen it that maybe, hey, they would have liked one of these too, and you could give it to them. Great. It's always great to give things at Christmas time. So, folks, hey, I want to thank you again. Next week, we'll get back to our regular kind of show. But I thought it being Christmas time, it's been 2 years since I did a show kind of like this, just talking about weavers and trying to make everybody understand it's a real place. So head over to Weavers and check it out. And, folks, I'd love to hear from you. I want to hear your Mayberry stories. Oh, and another thing I'm looking to hear from you about is I'd like to hear maybe your top episode of the Two Chairs No Waiting podcast for 2015, or maybe just your favorite episode ever. If you email it to me at floyd@imayberry.com, what I'm wanting to do is gather some of that kind of information so that right after Christmas, the episode we'll have would be kind of a Mayberry favorites episode. So we can tell people, if you've never listened to the podcast, here's the ones you want to go back and check out, because these are some of the very best, and try to get them hooked on the podcast and hooked on just visiting with us here in Mayberry. So email me your favorite episodes of Two Chairs No Waiting. You can email more than one. Just rank them, and we'll take them that way. But please email me at floyd@imayberry.com and let me know what your favorite episodes are. We'd love to hear that. All right, folks, I'm going to leave you with that one because that's a lot of work. Favorite episode. Doesn't have to be from this year even. Could be any time. But I'd love to hear from you. You can email that to me at floyd@imayberry.com or call in at 888-684-8415 and let me know there as well. Folks, have a great week, and we'll see you next time right here on Two Chairs No Waiting.